here we have and this is an amazing circle. I mean, I did a really good job on this. I can't even get over it. Now, I have the circle. Here's the center of the circle. My question to you is, what is the diameter? If I'm telling you that the radius is equal to 7 centimeters, how would you find the diameter? You would multiply it times 2, right? Okay, so the diameter is what? 14 centimeters, do you all agree? What's the circumference? Woo! But here's something we do know. I told you, I gave you the formula just a second ago. The circumference is pi times the diameter. Now, keep in mind that you don't have to look at it as just pi times the diameter. What is the diameter? What's another way to say this? What do we say the diameter was equal to?
14.
The diameter is equal to, whoops, I can't start the video over. It's equal to 2r, twice the radius, right? So you can look at the circumference as pi times diameter, or the circumference is 2 times pi times the radius. Either one of these guys is the same thing. If you don't believe me, well, that's your own fault. I'm sorry. So here's what we can do. To find the circumference, so I'll do this both ways just so you can see that I'm not lying to you. You can say pi times diameter, or you can say 2 times pi times r. So over here, if we're doing pi, a lot of times you'll see this. You'll see the instructions say use 3.14 for pi. And that's going to be all the accuracy that I'm going to ask of you. Okay? Use 3.14 for pi. So here, I'm just going to write in 3.14. What's my diameter? 14 centimeters. So what's 3.14 times 14?
43.96.
I don't know why. You can tell that I've been using a graphing calculator too much when I press the bottom left button to turn it on. 3.14 times 14, 43.96. Now, is that centimeters or centimeters squared? Which is it? What kind of measurement is circumference? Is that a measurement of distance or a measurement of area or volume? Distance, which means linear units, so just centimeters. Okay. Do you all agree with that? Well, what if I do it the other way? Mr. Craig, you said that if I do it using the other formula, it should still be the same thing. All right, so 2 times 3.14 times the radius, which is what? The radius is 7 centimeters, right? All right, so 2 times 3.14 times 7, and I still get 43.96 centimeters. Do y'all agree? Now, if you remember on the last page, I gave you this little nugget of information. I said that sometimes pi can be approximated by what fraction? 22 over 7, right? What if let's revisit this problem doing the same thing here. If the circumference is, let's say 2 pi r, or pi times diameter, it doesn't really matter. If I use 22 over 7 for pi, look what happens. I have 2 times 22 over 7 times my radius of 7 centimeters. Do y'all agree? If I can understand that all of this is really just multiplying with fractions, then I can simplify very easily. What reduces here?
7.
The 7's reduce, and what do I have left? We have 44 centimeters. Well, what did we get the first time? 43.96. So look at this. Am I that far off by using 22/7? No. For small numbers, you won't see a dramatic difference. Now, if we're talking about larger numbers, especially if we're talking about needing to calculate something because we're going to be going out in space, and you might want to increase your accuracy, right? But for this, it's close enough. Like we say, good enough for government work, right?